Hello and welcome to another playoff game. This is game 2 of the playoffs. Massillon Tigers facing off against the Westerville South Wildcats. This is definitely a very, very exciting game we're going to bring you guys here. I'm Zach Hamilton, your play-by-play announcer, joined here with Vanessa Gerard, your color commentator. We are very, very excited for this one. Looking forward to this game. Looking forward to see how it's going to go. I hope you guys enjoy.
Wherever we may be, under the direction of Mr. James Gates, please stand for the Massillon Washington High School alma mater.
Here come the Massillon Tigers. Getting ready to break through that banner. Hold the American flag as well as the school flags. And number 30, Dominic Salvino coming through first. See the student section down there going crazy, and they're all white.
God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. With Mr. Chris Nussbaum directing, please stand and join in the singing of our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner.
go ahead and thank the band for coming in for their pregame show. Always never ceases to amaze myself, as well as the fans here at the Massillon Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. They always do a great job every single time they come up on this field. It's always just an amazing thing to see. You love to see it. Looks like the Tigers are going to receive the kickoff. We got Austin Brawley as well as Camden Beasley in the back ready to receive it. We got number 11, Jack Bates on the Wildcats, ready to kick off the ball for the Wildcats. Looks like it's going to be a short kick. Massillon's going to get tackled the second they touch that ball. Now first and 10 on the 27-yard line for the Tigers. We got Jalen Slaughter out here. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff, run straight to the middle. He's going to almost stiff arm one of the Wildcats, pushing through to get those extra yards for the Massillon Tigers. It's a great run by Freddie Lennox Jr., number 20 on the Massillon Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to hand it off again to Lennox Jr. Another gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers, just finding a way to break through the Wildcats' defensive line, doing a great job of that immediately, just at the start of the game. Now second and 4 on the 45-yard line for the Tigers. It's going to be another handoff, run up the middle. It's going to be another gain of yards, but I think it's going to be more of a shorter gain for the Tigers. About a gain of about, I'd say, 4. Now 3rd and 2 on the 47-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff again to Lennox Jr. He's going to find an open space in the middle. Going to get to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the touchdown for the Massillon Tigers. Freddie Lennox Jr. grabbing that ball for the handoff, finding an open space down the middle, running it straight in for a Massillon Tiger touchdown within the first minute of this game. That was an amazing run by Freddie Lennox Jr. Even before this touchdown, on the plays leading up to this touchdown, he was doing a great job of breaking through that defensive line of the Wildcats and just getting closer and closer to that final touchdown for the Tigers within the first minute of the game. That is great to see that. And now the Tigers are going to go for the extra point. The kick is up. And the kick is good. Tigers 7, Wildcats 0.
This is the world today. Live your life engaged. MCTV delivers innovative technology backed by superior customer service to keep you engaged with family and friends, school, fun, and the outside world. We provide reliable internet, home cable service, phone and home security that keep your life engaged, no matter what's thrown your way. MCTV, we go the extra mile.
All right, a big thank you to Massillon Cable, MCTV, and now back to Zach.
Coming back from that commercial, we're going to have the Tigers kicking it off. We're going to have number 87, Nolan Hendricks, kicking it off for the Massillon Tigers.
Kicking off for the Tigers, Nolan Hendricks.
They're going to catch that kickoff on the 20-yard line. So we get to the 25-yard line. He's going to go backwards a little bit. Looks like he's going to get tackled at the 25-yard line.
Tackle for the Tigers by Kate Watkins and 36.
Got Dominic Bertha out here for the QB position for the Wildcats. Bertha receives the snap. It's going to be a handoff. He's going to find an open space in the left corner. He's going to get brought down to the 30-yard line. It's a handoff to number 3, Brandon Armstrong.
Gain of about 4 on the play.
Now 2nd and 6 on the 30-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to up the middle. Looks like a short gain of yards for the Wildcats. It's now 3rd and 4 on the 32-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a pass over to the right side. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Tiger was able to dive for it, but does not look like that one counted as an interception. It's going to ultimately resolve in an incomplete pass for the Wildcats. To bring them now to 4th down on the 32-yard line for the Wildcats. Got 9 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the first quarter.
For the Wildcats, number 10, Jude Kowalski.
They're going to punt this one away. Looks like Austin Brawley is going to let that one go.
And the ball was down to the 23-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 Tigers.
The 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter coming back out. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff. Run up to the middle by Lennox.
Fast run by number 20, Freddie Lennox.
It's going to be a small gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers, but a gain nonetheless.
Tackled by Tyler O'Reilly.
Now 2nd and 7 on the 26-yard line for the Massillon Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Lennox Jr. He's going to run up the right side. He's going to get stopped after another small gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers.
Tackled by Jack Tate. And Aiden Booker.
That was a gain of 1 yard for the Massillon Tigers. It's now 3rd and 6 on the 27 for the Tigers.
1 yard on the play. 3rd and 6.
Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass on this one. Throws it on the left side. It's going to be caught by number 13, Riley Campbell, for a gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers. It was a great catch by number 13, Riley Campbell.
That was enough for first down, Tigers.
Is now 1st and 10 on the 35-yard line for the Massillon Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Lennox Jr. He's going to run up the middle. Looks like it's going to be just another small gain for the Tigers.
Wildcat tackle by Jude Kowalski and Peter Carpenter.
Now second down for the Massillon Tigers on the 38-yard line. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass over to the right side. Pass caught by Curtis Miller, number 12 on the Tigers. He's going to find some open space, gaining some more yards for the Massillon Tigers. Could be just enough to bring the Tigers up for a first down. It's a great play.
First and 10 on the 50-yard line.
Now 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a fake handoff. He's going to go for a pass. Lobs it down the field to Freddie Lennox Jr. It's going to be an incomplete pass. The ball just grazing his hands. Wow. Almost thought he had that one right there. As he was running up, it looked like he was starting to outrun his opponent. And I saw that ball just touch his hands, but it was not enough for him to catch it.
Second and 10.
We got Camden Beasley coming in for Freddie's spot. Slaughter receives a high snap there. He's going to go for a short pass. Pass to number 18, Ardell Banks, to gain a few yards for the Massillon Tigers.
Number 18, Ardell Banks. Tackled by Jalen Wheeler.
It's now 3rd down for the Massillon Tigers.
3rd and 4.
On the 44-yard line. 6 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the first quarter. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a fake handoff. He's going to go for a pass here. It's going to be a catch by number 18, Ardell Banks. Great catch and a great gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers right there, that's for sure.
Tackled by Jude Kowalski.
Now 1st and 10 for the Massillon Tigers.
1st and 10 on the 33-yard line.
Clock operator, the ball rolls out of bounds. We will start on the snap.
Slaughter receives a snap. Going to hand off to Kevin Beasley. Short gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers.
Run by number 16, tackled by number 11 for the Wildcats.
Gain of about 3 yards for the Massillon Tigers right there.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
Now 2nd and 7 on the 30-yard line for the Tigers. So we've got Darius McElroy out there. It's going to be a pass over to the right corner. Austin Brawley juking out. Good through the Wildcats. We're getting tackled at the 20-yard line.
Darius McElroy was in a quarterback. Passing to number 22, Bryson Fletcher.
It's going to be another first down for the Tigers on the 20-yard line. And now we got Darius McElroy out here for the QB position for the Massillon Tigers. Great to see him out here. McElroy receives the snap. He's going to go for a run here, finding an open space on the left corner. He got so close just before getting tackled. Still gained yards for the Massillon Tigers, inching their way closer and closer to another touchdown, which is something we are all hoping for.
2nd and 3.
McElroy receives a snap. He's going to run up the middle. He's going to find an open space, breaking loose for another Massillon Tiger touchdown. That was a great play by number 8, Darius McElroy, the original starting QB as of the beginning of the season, doing a great job of just finding an open space right down the middle and scoring, putting points on the board for the Massillon Tigers. That was a great run by number 8, Darius McElroy. Now we're going to have the Tigers going for the extra point. Number 87, Nolan Hendricks, kicking it for the extra point for the Massillon Tigers. Kick is up. Looks like the kick is good. Tigers 14, Wildcats 0.
All right, here's a word from Erie Street Pub.
Big game's on. You could watch a game like this. Or you could watch a game like this surrounded by fans just like you. At the Erie Street Pub, the game never ends. Open 7 days a week, Erie Street Pub has pub-style food at the right price with daily lunch specials. Wednesday is ladies' night. And enjoy our large outside bar and patio. What's keeping you from the Erie Street Pub? Just up the road from Genshaft Fields.
What are you waiting for? Come join us at Erie Street Pub.
All right, a big thank you to Erie Street Pub. Now let's get back to the game.
Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon! Let's go, Brandon!
Wildcats are going to catch that kick. They're going to start running down the field, finding an open space. Then he gets to the 40, to the 50, back to the 40, to the 30, and he runs out of bounds. It's a 25-yard line. Wow, that was a pretty big kick return by the Wildcats. They were able just to find that big gap of open space right in that middle pocket, running off to the left side, and Tigers not being able to catch them. It's definitely a massive kickoff return by the Wildcats. We got Bertha back out for the Wildcats. Bertha receives that snap. It's going to be a handoff to Nasir Phillips, number 21. A small gain for the Wildcats. It's now second and 7 on the 21-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives the snap. He's going to go for a pass here. It's going to be a lob over to the right corner. It looks like it's going to be caught by the Wildcats. It's going to be a touchdown for the Wildcats. That was definitely a challenging play for sure. He was heavily covered. It looks like he was able to reach over top of his opponent's head and catch that ball for a Westerville touchdown. And now they're going to go for the extra point. Number 11, Jack Bates, kicking it for the extra point for the Wildcats. Oh, it looks like they fumbled the snap there. And he now has to run to try and get that. He's going to get stopped right away. Looks like he couldn't keep a hold of the ball there.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back after word from Mears Mason.
We've told you about the Mears must-see guarantee, but don't take our word for it.
They made it clear from the first time I walked in that their job didn't end once they handed me the keys. I service my vehicles here, not only the one I bought here, but my mother's, and the way they treated me with respect, follow-up calls. But the folks here at Mears Nissan treat you that way from start to finish.
See us at 4825 West Tuscarora Street in Canton or online at mearsnissan.com.
Saving money is more important than ever, and Stark State College is here to help. With more than half off your tuition for the spring semester. Apply now and receive $100 off each credit hour, any major, online or on campus. Gain the skills to head directly into a good-paying job, or take your credits and transfer to a bachelor's degree program. Either way, you'll save thousands on a high-quality education. Find out more at starkstate.edu/half-off.
A big thank you to Mears Nissan and Stark State College.
Look at this kick return. Looks like they were struggling to take each other down. There's gonna be a little rumble in the middle of the field there.
Drew Goff and Preston Penn with the stop for Westerville South.
We're going to have Jalen Slaw coming back out for the QB position for the Tigers. There's going to be a flag.
Against Massillon. They're first.
It was against Massillon. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to hand it off. It's going to be an attempted run up the middle, but he's going to get pushed back.
With the stop was Jack Bates for Westerville South.
It's now going to be 2nd and 8 on the 42-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be handed off to Lennox Jr. An attempt to run up the middle, but he's going to get stopped the second he hits the Wildcats' defensive line. Wow. It was a big hit. Now 3rd down for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass to get this 1st down, hopefully. It's going to be a pass to number 18, Ardell Banks. Looks like that's going to be enough to get them the 1st down. It's now 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line for the Massillon Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass over to the left corner to Austin Brawley. He's going to get tackled just shy of the 35-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 1 on the 38-yard line for the Massillon Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be handed off to Lennox Jr. Another run up the middle. He's going to trip and fall. Looks like it's just enough, though, to get that 1st down for the Tigers. Then we're going to have Darius McElroy coming back out, swapping with Jalen Slaughter for the QB position for the Massillon Tigers. 1 minute, 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. McElroy receives the snap. He's going to run this ball. Attempt to run up the middle, but he's going to get stopped the second he gets close to that defensive line.
Wildcat tackle by number 74, Zay Furman.
Now 1 minute to go in the first quarter. 1 minute to go in the first quarter.
No gain on that last play, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 on the 36-yard line for the Tigers. Jalen Slaughter back out. He receives that snap. He's trying to find somebody to pass to, but he's struggling. He's scrambling. He's going to get sacked at the 40-yard line.
Slaughter sacked by number 74, Zay Furman.
Tigers are now starting to struggle to break through the Westerville's defensive line. I got 15 seconds left in the first quarter. 3rd down for the Massillon Tigers. Looks like that's going to conclude the first quarter. Tigers 14, Wildcats 6.
We'll be right back with a word from Friends and Family Credit Union.
Are you looking for something different? At Friends and Family Credit Union, our success is defined by you. Our goal is to improve your financial needs and better your lifestyle. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our friendly staff is fully committed to serving over 11,000 of its members. What are you waiting for? Stop in one of our locations today to become a friend of the family.
If you're like most people, your life is a series of brushstrokes, large and small. Moments from the everyday to the extraordinary. As you move through your world, let Grange Insurance and an independent agent put the finishing touches on an insurance plan to meet your needs. Now, that's a stroke of genius.
Buell and Oliveri Insurance is your Grange independent agent in Massillon. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, call or visit our website today.
All right, a big thank you to Friends and Family Credit Union and Buell and Oliveri Insurance.
Now the start of the second quarter, Massillon Tigers 3rd down on the 40-yard line for them. Slaughter receives that snap. A wide open pass to Austin Brawley, number 4 for a Massillon Tiger touchdown. Austin Brawley, the second that play started, immediately getting open and making sure that he shows Jalen Slaughter that he is open. Just enough to pass that ball right to him and get that Massillon Tiger touchdown, putting even more points on the board for the Tigers. That's a great play and great play execution by Jalen Slaughter and Austin Brawley. Now the Tigers are going to go for the extra point. Number 87, Nolan Hendricks, kicking it for the extra point attempt for the Massillon Tigers. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Tigers now 21, Wildcats 6.
We'll be right back after this word from Reliable Heating and Cooling.
There was a time when 10 miles to the gallon was acceptable. Today's 40-plus mile-per-gallon cars weren't even in the rearview mirror back then. Of course, this Lennox air conditioner wasn't on the radar either. It's solar ready, the quietest, most energy-efficient air conditioner you can own. It's time to live in the now.
Call Reliable Heating and Cooling for the most advanced technology in heating and air conditioning. When you're ready to live in the now, call Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, air is life. Make it perfect.
All right, a big thank you to Reliable Heating and Cooling.
Then we're going to have the Tigers kick it off. Number 87, Nolan Hendricks.
87 back for the Tigers. That's Nolan Hendricks to kick off.
They're going to catch that kick. They're going to start running up the field here. We're going to get to the 30-yard line just before getting brought down.
Tackle for Massillon by number 33, Cody Fair.
It's now 1st and 10 on the 30-yard line for the Wildcats. Berth receives the snap. He's going to hand it off. It's going to be a flag on the play.
During the run. Holding on the offense. Number 55. 10-yard penalty, first down.
Holding on the offense. Be holding on the Wildcats. Now on the 21-yard line. 1st and 19. Berth receives a snap. He's going to pass it over to the left side. It's going to be a complete pass. It's going to be a tackle, 25-yard line.
Tackle by number 21, Jaden Welch. Gain of about 4 on the play, 2nd and 15.
Brings us now to 2nd and 15 on the 25-yard line for the Wildcats. Berth receives a snap. He's going to pass it over to the right corner. Looks like Freddie Lennox Jr. was there heavily covering number 2 on the Wildcats. Ultimately resolving in an incomplete pass for the Wildcats. It's going to bring them now to 3rd down. Berth receives a snap. He's going to pass it over to the right side. Looks like it's going to be a small gain of yards for the Wildcats. It's going to bring them now to 4th and 15 on the 29-yard line. 4th and 11. My apologies. Looks like they're going to punt this one off. Number 11, Jack Bates, putting it off for the Wildcats. Looks like it's blocked. Massillon flying on the ball at the 45-yard line. My apologies, kickoff. That was a punt by number 10, Jude Kowalski. Punt ultimately blocked. Tigers getting that ball on the 45-yard line. Slaughter coming out. Slaughter receives the snap. Gonna be a handoff to Lennox Jr. We're gonna whistle that play off.
Timeout. Westerville. They're first.
We'll be right back after this word from MCTV.
With innovative technology and superior service, MCTV opens doors to educational and work opportunities to keep you engaged. Fast, reliable internet powered by whole home Wi-Fi connects students with educators, resources, inspiration, and brings your work life home. Plus, when you can't visit the places you want to be, cable TV and streaming video opens doors to abundant entertainment options. MCTV, we go the extra smile.
It's where we come together, where we are rested, nourished, and renewed. It's where convenience and performance surround the ones we love. It's home. Home Appliance and Whirlpool help homes happen with innovation you can depend on and quality you can trust. Right now, purchase select Whirlpool kitchen and Whirlpool laundry appliances and save. And pay no interest when paid in full within 12 months. Home Appliance, where your home comes together.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to MCTV and Home Appliance.
Looks like the Tigers are going to gain some yards on that play. Hand off to Freddie Lennox Jr., able to find an open space in the left corner. Now 2nd and 5 on the 40-yard line for the Tigers. 10 minutes to go in the second quarter. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Lennox Jr. An attempt to go up the middle. Looks like he was tagged and then tackled. It's going to be a small gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers. Now 3rd and 5 on the 40-yard line for the Massillon Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a fake handoff. A pass complete to Riley Campbell, number 13. He's able to break the tackle, get that first down for the Massillon Tigers. It's a great play execution by Jalen Slaughter and Riley Campbell. Almost looked like the Wildcat defender was holding onto his foot almost. Tried to get him to go down, but it did not work. Now 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be handoff to Lennox Jr. Finding some space up the middle. Another small gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers.
With the tackle. Second and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 on the 27-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be handed off to Lennox. It looks like it was a handoff to number 16, Camden Beasley. Darius McElroy coming out with the QB position for the Tigers. McElroy receives a snap. He's going to find an open space down the middle. He's going to run it right through. And a breakthrough or tackle. Looks like they're just going to get that first down for the Massillon Tigers. It's a great play by number 8, Darius McElroy. First and 10 on the 15-yard line for the Tigers. McElroy receives the snap. Running up the middle again. He's going to break another tackle driving through. Getting closer and closer to that Massillon Tiger touchdown. Seven minutes, 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Tigers on the 3-yard line. McElroy receives a snap. He's going up the middle. Looks like he's going to be down at the 1 yard line. Just a few inches away from a Massillon Tiger touchdown. Now 2nd and goal on the 1 yard line for the Tigers. All he's got to do is push through now. McElroy receives a snap. He's going to push in. It looks like they're going to call it a touchdown for the Massillon Tigers. Definitely an intense play by the Tigers right there. Darius McElroy almost climbing a mountain of his teammates to eventually reach his arm over just so he could put that football right into the end zone for the Tigers. Now they're going to go for the extra point. Number 87, Nolan Hendricks, kicking it in for the extra point attempt for the Tigers. The kick is up. And the kick is good. Tigers 28, Wildcats 6.
We'll be right back after this word from Medicap Pharmacy.
Medicap Pharmacy on Lincoln Way West has been serving our area for over 20 years. They're your local pharmacy that cares about you and your time.
I can get them filled from 5 to 10 minutes. If I go to a chain drugstore, I may have to wait a half hour to an hour.
Probably the best pharmacist in the city.
Hi, I'm Chris Kingsbury, owner and pharmacist at Medicap Pharmacy. Stop in sometime soon and you can experience our fast and friendly service.
Proper eye care is important. Doring Vision Center in downtown Massillon is a primary care optometry clinic. They use the latest technology and can treat most eye disease conditions. Doring Vision Center welcomes emergency eye visits and same-day appointments may be available. Most insurances are accepted, including government plans. Don't forget their optical showroom, featuring a wide variety of frames.
From everyone at Doring Vision Center,
go Tigers!
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Medicap Pharmacy and Doring Vision Center.
A kickoff and a catch by the Wildcats. They get tackled just shy of the 35-yard line.
Tackle line number 3, Angelo Salvino.
It's not going to be 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha coming back out. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Armstrong. It's going to be a small gain of yards for the Wildcats.
Mike Wright Jr. with the tackle.
It's now going to be 2nd and 8 on the 36-yard line for the Wildcats. 6 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be passed over to the left side. Pass complete to number 2. Looks like it's going to be another gain of yards for the Wildcats. It's going to be a little bit of a bigger gain this time. Now 1st and 10 on the 45-yard line for the Wildcats. 6 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Armstrong. He's going to find an open space in the right corner. He's going to get hit, and it looks like they're going to go back. Tackle by number 20, Freddie Lennox Jr. It almost seemed like they were going to break through and get a good amount of yards on that play, but Freddie Lennox Jr. just coming in and just hitting him hard. Now 2nd and 7 on the 48-yard line for the Wildcats. Receives a snap, is going to hand it off to Phillips. Run up the middle, looks like it's going to be a small, very, very small gain of yards for the Wildcats.
Phillips, tackled by number 44, into the 2.
5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. Just about to wrap up the first half of this great football game. It's now 3rd down for the Wildcats on the 49-yard line. Berth receives a snap. Struggling to find somebody open. Almost a sack here. To try to pass it right down the middle, but it was an almost very, very close interception by number 4, Austin Brawley, ultimately going into an incomplete pass. Watched Austin Brawley's hands touch that ball. Very, very, very close to interception. Sadly, it was just an incomplete pass. Now 4th down for the Wildcats. 4 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the second quarter. Looks like they're going to go for this one.
We'll be right back after this word from Massillon YMCA.
I'm Scott Laudermilk, personal trainer at the Massillon YMCA. I have some good news.
I bet you're going to tell them that we've been in the community for over 100 years and we have 2 locations.
And the YMCA offers financial assistance and income-based pricing, so everyone is welcome.
Remember, we also offer childcare, full and half-day preschool, school day off programs, before and after school, and summer camp.
I was just going to say we got weights, baby!
Buccal Tile and Flooring has been providing quality product recommendations, design, and installation services to our customers for over 40 years. Visit our showroom in Navarre and let us help you choose from a wide range of all types of flooring to meet your needs and exceed your expectations. Meet our knowledgeable staff for exquisite ideas for your floors, bathroom, kitchen, shower, or backsplash. Buccal Tile and Flooring, 3 generations of our family's commitment to quality, integrity, and trust.
And a big thank you to Massillon YMCA and Buccal Tile.
On that play, the Wildcats ended up going for it. Looks like it was a small gain of yards. Not sure if it was enough for the first down. Looks like it was enough for the first down. 1st and 10 on the 41-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives the snap. It's going to be passed over the right corner. A pass complete. It's going to get pushed out of bounds. There's another small gain of yards for the Wildcats. 4 minutes, 39 seconds to go here in the second quarter. It's now 2nd down for the Wildcats. Getting closer to wrapping up the first half of this game. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff, run to the right side. Going to be a small gain of yards. Looks like it was a head-to-head collision. Another small gain of yards for the Wildcats. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. Now 3rd down for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be another handoff, run up the right side again. Finding some open space. Looks like he's going to slip and fall just shy of the 20-yard line.
Tackled by Freddie Lennox Jr.
Three minutes, 55 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Now 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass over to the left side. Looks like it's going to be another short gain for the Wildcats. Now 2nd and 5 on the 18-yard line for the Wildcats. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to number 21. He's going to find an open space on the left side before getting pushed out of bounds. Just shy of the end zone there. It's now 1st and goal for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass here. Looking right, they're going to find an open man in the end zone. Pass to number 2, Caden Saunders, for a Wildcat touchdown. Looks like they're going to have the other team come out and go for the extra point.
To attempt the point after for the Wildcats, Jack.
Now number 11, Jack Bates, going for the extra point for the Wildcats. Looks like the kick is up, and the kick is good. It's going to be Tigers 28, Wildcats 13.
We'll be right back after this word from Shanklin Heating and Cooling.
A lot of things make Shanklin Heating and Air Conditioning what it is, but none more than the amazing people that wear our name proudly. From all walks of life, the men and women that comprise our team are the best of the best and truly make the Shanklin name shine. We pride ourselves in cultivating a true team-like environment where team members have a safe space to provide feedback, are given the tools and education they need to succeed, and ultimately provide a life for them and their families that they can be proud of. To learn more, visit ShanklinHeatingandCooling.com.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Shanklin Heating and Cooling.
We're going to have the Wildcats kicking it off. Number 11, Jack Bates, kicking it off for the Wildcats. It's going to be a catch. They're going to start running up the field here. 30. It's going to get to the 40-yard line. Just after the 40-yard line, they're going to get tackled. Run by number 4, Austin Brawley.
On the return for the Tigers, Austin Brawley.
First and 10 on the 42-yard line for the Tigers. 2 minutes and 49 seconds to go in the second quarter.
First and 10 on the 42.
Macro receives a snap. The pass over to Austin Brawley in the right corner. He's getting to the 50. Able to break a tackle just before getting pushed out of bounds, the 45-yard line.
Run out of bounds by the Wildcats, number 42, Dylan Shoemaker. First down, Tigers.
First and 10 on the 46-yard line for the Tigers. Back where receives a snap. Pass over to the left corner to Austin Brawley once more. Looks like they were not able to gain many yards on that one. Second he caught that ball, we had 2 Wildcats. They were ready to take him down. Now second down for the Tigers. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the second quarter. Macro receives the snap. He's going to run up the middle. Looks like it's going to get whistled dead.
Timeout. Westerville South, their third and final.
We'll be right back after this word from Joey's Kendall Tavern.
It's still about the food at Joey's Kendall Tavern. Fantastic food with lunch specials starting at only $5. Don't want to cook tonight? Order Joey's delicious daily dinner specials, dine in or carry out. Professional catering is always available for any occasion, small or large, on-site or curbside carry-out. Whatever the event, Joey's Kendall Tavern has you covered. Great food, great variety, and great convenience, all at a great price. Visit our newly remodeled dining room and enjoy great food and atmosphere at Massillon's oldest gathering place.
There's so much special about Massillon. You can't walk down the street without smiling and saying hello to someone who knows you, who knows your family.
In today's society, we're getting fewer and fewer opportunities for families to enjoy each other in an outside activity that is free. We have that.
It's a strong community. People give back. Massillon continues to give back with the residents and businesses to those in need, and it's a great thing to be a part of.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Joey's Kendall Tavern and Downtown Massillon Association.
On that play, Darius McElroy receiving that snap, trying to run and get a few yards for the Massillon Tigers. It's going to be third down for the Tigers. 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the second quarter.
We'll be right back after this word from MCTV.
This is the world today. Live your life engaged. MCTV delivers innovative technology backed by superior customer service to keep you engaged with family and friends, school, fun, and the outside world. We provide reliable internet, home cable service, phone and home security that keep your life engaged, no matter what's thrown your way. MCTV, we go the extra smile.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to MCTV.
1 minute, 22 seconds to go in the second quarter. Just about to wrap up the first half of this football game. So far, it's been a very, very great game on both ends. Tigers coming in strong with a touchdown right away within the first minute of this game. And the Wildcats now starting to really dig deep on their defense. Slutter back out, receiving that snap. He's going to pass it down the field. An attempt pass to number 4, Austin Brawley, ultimately resolving in an incomplete pass for the Tigers. It's now going to be fourth down for the Tigers. 1 minute, 18 seconds to go in the second quarter. Looks like the Tigers are going to punt this one off. Got Darius McElroy in the back, ready to punt it off for the Tigers.
Receiving for the Wildcats, Hayden Saunders. They're caught by number 2, Hayden Saunders for the Wildcats.
Be first and 10 on the 16-yard line for the Wildcats. 1 minute, 12 seconds to go in the second quarter.
First and 10 on the 16th.
Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff, one right up the middle. Looks like they're going to break through. Get tackled just right after the 30-yard line. Wow. Now 55 seconds to go in the second quarter. About to wrap up this first half. It's going to be a pretty good gain of yards for the Wildcats. Now first it's on the 31-yard line for the Wildcats. Move the clock now to a minute. It's going to be a handoff. Run up the middle, another small gain of yards for the Wildcats. Now second down for the Wildcats. 42 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's going to be a pass, and a complete pass. To hit the second he caught that ball. Now third down for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff. Run over to the right side. Looks like they're going to get that first down for the Wildcats. Got 15 seconds to go in the second quarter. First and 10 on the 40-yard line, with 46-yard line. Bertha receives a snap. He's going to spike that ball. Now second and 10 with 12 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bertha receives that low snap. Trying to find somebody to pass to, but he's struggling. It's going to be lobbed down the field. It's going to be a jump up, a tip by Austin Brawley, and a catch by Ryan Zankovic for the interception. He's going to run down to the 40. He's going to get tackled just shy of the 50-yard line right there. And that looks like that's going to conclude the first half of this great game with an awesome interception. Tigers 28, Wildcats 13.
Thank you for your cooperation.
We'll be back with the swing band after this word from Discount Tire Outlet.
The earth beneath my feet is turning like a wheel.
Your first set of wheels didn't come with complications or strings or hassles. It can be that way again. There's a simpler way to buy tires at Tire Pros.
We're hassle-free, guaranteed.
Hello, and welcome to the Stark County Humane Society. Today we're going to give you a few pointers when considering adopting a new furry friend. All animals here at the Stark County Humane Society are spayed, neutered, microchipped, vaccinated, dewormed, and if old enough, heartworm tested for our canine friends. Adopters will receive a free exam within 2 weeks of adoption at local veterinarian hospitals. We encourage all adopters to take full advantage of this. A one-time adoption fee is required for your new furry friend. When you adopt, you get an awesome adoption packet that includes treats for your new fur baby and savings for you. But this is not where the cost of adoption stops. Did you know the average cost of an animal like a new puppy or kitten can cost up to $500 annually? This includes annual veterinarian visits, preventative care, and everyday supplies like crate, litter, food, toys. But I hope this doesn't scare you away. Adopting an animal is a huge responsibility and a commitment. Please take the time to consider the cost of adopting a new pet into your family today. I hope to see you soon at the Stark County Humane Society. Please visit our website or visit us on social media for more information.
And now, it's showtime! Under the direction of Jason Neal, assisted by Jen Smith-Eisler, Christopher Song, James Gates, Montana Hollis, and Lauren Foster. Then onto the field by drum majors Brandon Johnson and Miriam Joseph. With Obi the Tiger, Jasmine Monzarigos. This is the Tigers Swing Band. With the Massillon tradition since 1938. Stand there, Tiger Rags, and carry on. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, John Williams brought us one of the most recognizable movie themes of all time. Enjoy an encore presentation of the Imperial March. song, The Race. Tonight, we feature each section in the band to the 1997 Revival Swing Classic, Zoot Zoot Ryan.
Massive thank you. Massive thank you to the Massillon Tiger Swing Band coming out and doing their halftime show. Always a great thing to see, a great thing to hear. They work so hard every week to bring us a great show, and you can definitely tell they succeed. You know, the Massillon crowd clapping along, as well as the student section. It's just a great thing to see every single week with the Massillon Tigers.
Everyone here at WHS-TV and MCTV would like to thank the following sponsors for their financial support, allowing us to bring you tonight's playoff game. Erie Street Pub, Stark State College, Buell and Oliveri Insurance, Home Appliance, Doring Vision Centers, the Massillon YMCA, Discount Tire Outlet, Huckel Tile, Joey's Kendall Tavern, Downtown Massillon Association, Mears Nissan, Friends and Family Credit Union, Reliable Heating and Cooling, Medicap Pharmacy, Carsmo's Grill, Your Pizza Shop, Discount Outlet in Massillon, Shanklin Heating and Cooling, Tower Industries, and MCTV. We'll be back with second half action with this word from Mears Nissan.
We've told you about the Mears must-see guarantee, but don't take our word for it.
Well, before we came in to test drive the vehicle, my husband and I had done some research on the website, and we really enjoyed how easy Mears Nissan's website was to use. We weren't really sure at that time because we didn't need to buy a car. Very low-key, low pressure, let us, take the weekend to think about it. So it was really easy peasy for us.
See us at 4825 West Tuscarora Street in Canton or online at mearsnissan.com.
Saving money is more important than ever, and Stark State College is here to help. With more than half off your tuition for the spring semester. Apply now and receive $100 off each credit hour, any major, online or on campus. Gain the skills to head directly into a good-paying job, or take your credits and transfer to a bachelor's degree program. Either way, you'll save thousands on a high-quality education. Find out more at starkstate.edu/half-off.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Mears Nissan and Stark State College. Tune in every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. for the Nate Moore Show on WHS-TV. Each week, Coach Moore reviews the previous game and looks ahead to the next opponent. Plus, you'll meet a Tiger player. Watch the Nate Moore Show every Wednesday night at 7:30 p.m. on WHS-TV. Find us on MCTV channel 611 and 11.
Then we're going to go ahead and get ready to get started on the second half of this great football game. I was kind of worried at the beginning it was going to be a very, very fast game with the Tigers scoring within the first minute or so of the game. But pretty much after that touchdown, the Wildcats were able to buckle down and really buckle down on their defense to do their best and try to make sure that the Tigers, make it a difficult thing for the Tigers to score. Now just about to start the second half. I think on both sides, both the Wildcats and the Tigers have done a great job in the first half to get touchdowns and get, slowly inch their way towards their touchdowns, get yards, get tackles and everything. It's been a great game so far. I'm looking forward to the second half. Going to catch that kickoff. We're going to go ahead and start up the second half. They're going to get tackled at just shy of the 30-yard line.
Number 3, Brandon Armstrong on return for the Wildcats. Ty Broyle for the tackle for the Tigers. Quick announcement, we had someone leave their credit card at Pizza East. If it's possible, please head back. Allison Harris is the name on the card. Allison Harris, you left your card.
Now 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line for the Wildcats. Berth receives a snap. It's going to be handoff. Run off to the right side. Finding some open space, gaining some yards for the Westerville South Wildcats. Now 2nd down for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff, a run up to the left corner. Looks like a flag is going to be thrown on the play here.
Run by Armstrong for the Wildcats. Tackle by Nathan DePew for the Tigers. There's a flag down on the play.
During the run, holding on the offense. Number 78. 10-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Looks like that was holding on Westerville South. We're going to repeat the second down. Second down on the 25-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. He's going for a pass. It'll be a short pass, a complete one though. We got to break free, find some open space. He's going to get shoved out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Excuse me. Looks like that was a pretty big gain of yards for the Wildcats, enough to get them the first down. First and 10 on the 49-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. He's going to go for another pass. Pass complete over to the left corner. He's going to break free with a few tackles. Going to get tackled just shy of the 25-yard line. Now Westerville South making a big gain of yards in the past couple plays that they made here, getting closer to a possible touchdown for them. Now first and 10 on the 27-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. We hand off, run up the middle. Looks like it's going to be a small gain of yards for the Wildcats.
Mayor Phillips on the carry for Westerville South.
Now second down for the Wildcats on the 24-yard line. Bertha receives a snap. He's going to pass it over to the right side. It's going to be a complete pass. Oh, wait. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Looked like he had that one in his hands, but the second he got hit, it dribbled right out of his hands. It's going to be counted as an incomplete pass by the Wildcats. Now third down for the Wildcats, 3rd and 7 on the 24-yard line. 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Bertha receives a snap. Going to be a pass. It's going to be incomplete, and there's going to be a flag on the play.
Intended for Jalen Wheeler for Westerville South. Defended by Ryan Bekovich for Massillon. Flag down on the play.
Number 55. 10-yard penalty for the spot of the foul. Remains third down.
Third and 18 on the 35-yard line for the Wildcats. 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the third quarter. Receives that snap, but he's going to get sacked. Sacked by number 52, Marcus Moore.
Tackle on the play by
great job of breaking through that offensive line.
For Massillon. That brings up 4th down and 21 for the Wildcats.
Fourth down for the Wildcats on the 38-yard line. They're going to go for this one. It's going to be going to whistle that play on an incomplete pass. Massillon Tigers going to take it over now.
Good pass.
9 minutes, 27 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Tigers 28, Wildcats 13. Slaughter coming back out for the QB position for the Massillon Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. Can be handoff to Lennox Jr. He's going to break through. Gain a good extra few yards for the Massillon Tigers. Now there's going to be a flag on the play.
on the tackle.
Sideline warning. Westerville South.
It's going to be a sideline warning on Westerville South. Second down for the Tigers. Slaughter receives that snap. It's going to be handed off to Lennox Jr. Run up the middle, another small gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers. Now 9 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Able to get that first down. Now 1st and 10 on the 49-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives that high snap. It's going to be a handoff to Lennox Jr. Attempt to break through. Another small gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers.
And Drew Goff for the Wildcats on stop.
Now 2nd and 8 on the 49-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass. It's going to be a pass intended for Curtis Miller, number 12. Ultimately resolving in an incomplete pass for the Tigers.
Curtis Miller. Broken up by Brandon Armstrong for the Wildcats.
It's now 3rd and 8 on the 49-yard line for the Tigers. 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass. Passes it all the way down the middle to Ardell Banks, number 18. It's going to be a complete pass to Ardell Banks, number 18, getting taken down at the 5-yard line. That was a great catch by number 18, Ardell Banks on the Massillon Tigers. Was able to find that ball down the field, jump up and catch that right there to get the Tigers very, very close to a Massillon Tiger touchdown. That was a great play. Now 1st and goal for the Tigers. Slaughter receives that snap. It's going to be handoff to Lennox Jr. He finds an open space on the right corner. Going to get tackled at the 1-yard line for the Tigers. Now 2nd and goal for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be passed over to the corner. Wide open Jaden Welch on the left corner. Nobody was guarding him at all. He quite literally had that whole half of the end zone open to him. All he had to do was walk into the end zone and stand there. They were able to get that Massillon Tiger touchdown. That was a great play. I have no idea what Westerville South's defense was doing right there, but they had absolutely no one near number 21 Jaden Welch for that touchdown. Now the Tigers are going to go for this extra point. Number 87, Nolan Hendricks, going for the extra point attempt for the Massillon Tigers. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Tigers 35, and the Westerville South Wildcats 13.
We'll be right back after this word from Friends and Family Credit Union.
Are you looking for something different? At Friends and Family Credit Union, our success is defined by you. Our goal is to improve your financial needs and better your lifestyle. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our friendly staff is fully committed to serving over 11,000 of its members. What are you waiting for? Stop in one of our locations today to become a friend of the family.
1 minute, you're out there living life to the fullest. The next thing you know, you've got sweeping changes to make and your family's future to think about. Talk to a Grange independent agent about how to save by putting all of your insurance with Grange, protecting your possessions and the ones you love. When things zig instead of zag.
Buell and Oliveri Insurance is your Grange independent agent in Massillon. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, call or visit our website today.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Friends and Family Credit Union and Buell and Oliveri Insurance.
They're going to catch that. They're going to start running up the field. Going to get to the 30-yard line. They're going to get just shy of the 35-yard line for the kick return. Now 1st and 10 on the 34-yard line for the Wildcats. 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the third quarter. Bertha receives that snap. It's going to be a handoff, double handoff, and a pass to Bertha. Going to be an incomplete pass for the Wildcats. Looks like a reverse, almost like a trick play right there. Looks like there's also going to be a flag on the play.
On the offense, number 55, 10-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
It's going to be another penalty on Westerville South. We're going to repeat the first down. 1st and 10 on the 25, 1st and 19 on the 25-yard line for the Wildcats. It looks like that one was a handoff and a small gain of yards for the Wildcats.
Maverick Clark and Austin Brawley on the tackle for the Tigers.
It's now 2nd down for the Wildcats on the 29-yard line. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be passed over to the left side. The pass is complete. Looks like he's going to get tackled just shy of the 40-yard line. Now 3rd down for the Wildcats on the 37-yard line. We got 6 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Tigers 35, Wildcats 13. Bertha receives the snap. He's going to go for a pass. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Pass intended for number 2, Caden Saunders. It's now going to bring them to 4th down. Now they're going to bring out their punter, number 10, Jude Kowalski. Going to punt it on the 37-yard line. We got Brawley in the back. Looks like it bounces off of his helmet. Curtis Miller able to fall on the ball. That was definitely a very, I'd say, comedic catch right there. He had his arms wide open. Ball was coming down. Then he ended up just bouncing right off his helmet. Luckily, we were able to get that ball, but that was definitely a very, very different attempt to catch. Definitely the best one I've seen so far this season, that's for sure.
21, takedown. During the run, holding. On the receiving team, number 21. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, which is the end of the run. First down.
Looks like there was holding on the Tigers. Five minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's now 1st and 10 on the 26-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Austin Brawley, run up the left side. Able to gain a good amount of yards for the Massillon Tigers just before getting pushed out of bounds. Definitely a great run by number 4, Austin Brawley. Looks like there's also going to be a flag on the play.
First down.
Looks like there's going to be holding on the Tigers. They're going to repeat the first down. First and 20 on the 16-yard line for the Tigers. 5 minutes, 34 seconds to go in the third quarter. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be handoff. It's going to find a wide open space in the middle. Lennox Jr. hurdling, getting to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10, to the Massillon Tiger touchdown. Freddie Lennox Jr. grabbing that ball, hurdling over one of the Westerville South Wildcats, quite literally just stiff-arming him like it was nothing. Then running all the way down the field for the Massillon Tiger touchdown. That was a great run by Freddie Lennox Jr., number 20 on the Massillon Tigers. Looks like the Tigers are going to go for the two-point conversion. Blackmore receives a snap. He's going to find an open space in the middle for the two-point conversion for the Massillon Tigers, going for those extra points to see just how many points they can lead by. Now Tigers 43, from Westerville South 13. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter.
We'll be right back after this word from Cosmos Grill.
Hungry for a great lunch or dinner? Then it's time to head to Cosmos Grill in downtown Massillon. You'll enjoy their friendly, welcoming atmosphere and their hard-working waitstaff. At Cosmos Grill, their large menu offers you a great selection of appetizers, soups, salads, entrees, and more. For a special treat, order one of their mouth-watering Hearthstone baked pizzas, cooked up fresh and delicious every time. Carryout and curbside pickup are both available at Cosmos Grill, located in downtown Massillon.
With innovative technology and superior service, MCTV opens doors to educational and work opportunities to keep you engaged. Fast, reliable internet powered by whole home Wi-Fi connects students with educators, resources, inspiration, and brings your work life home. Plus, when you can't visit the places you want to be, cable TV and streaming video opens doors to abundant entertainment options. MCTV, we go the extra mile.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Cosmos Grills and MCTV.
Number 87, Nolan Hendricks kicking it off for the Massillon Tigers. They're going to catch that. They're going to start running out. They're going to start to run up the field. From the 25 to the 30. Gonna get pushed out 35-yard line.
For Westerville South. On the tackle for the Tigers, number 39, Tyler Wiggins. First and 10 on the 37-yard line.
First and 10 on the 37-yard line for the Wildcats. Berth receives a snap. It's going to be handoff. It's going to find some open space at the middle. Good gain of yards for the Wildcats on their first play. They'll have 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tigers 43, Wildcats 13. First and 10 on the 50-yard line for the Wildcats. Berth receives a snap. It's going to be another handoff. Right up the middle again. It's going to be a small gain of yards that time for the Wildcats. Bring them now to second down. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Be a handoff again. Another small gain of yards for the Wildcats.
Tackled by number 5, Ryan Zenkovich.
It's going to bring us now to third down for the Wildcats on the 41-yard line. Berth receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff, run up the middle again. We're going to break a few tackles, just another small gain of yards.
Tackled by Austin Brawley and Ryan Zenkovich. Enough for a first down, Wildcats.
Just enough to get that first down. First and 10 on the 32-yard line for the Wildcats. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the third quarter. Receives a snap. Another handoff right up the middle again. It's going to be another small gain of yards for the Wildcats.
Tackled by number 80 for Massillon, Maverick Clark. Second and 2 on the 24-yard line.
Berth receives a snap. It's going to be another handoff, run to the left side. He's going to find an open space. Looks like the Westerville South Wildcats are going to get another touchdown.
Touchdown, Westerville South.
1 minute, 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. The Wildcats are going to go for 2 on this play.
Westerville South to attempt a 2-point.
Berth receives a snap. Oh, he's going to fumble it. They're going to pick it up. Massillon's going to pick it up.
And the 2-point conversion is no good.
It looks like they're not gonna let that happen. They're gonna call the play right there. Massillon Tigers able to prevent that 2-point conversion for the Wildcats. Tigers 43, Wildcats 19. 1 minute, 44 seconds to go in the third quarter.
We'll be right back after this word from Home Appliance.
It's where we come together, where we are rested, nourished, and renewed. It's where convenience and performance surround the ones we love. It's home. Home Appliance and Whirlpool help homes happen with innovation you can depend on and quality you can trust. Right now, purchase select Whirlpool kitchen and Whirlpool laundry appliances and save. And pay no interest when paid in full within 12 months. Home Appliance, where your home comes together.
All right, welcome back, and a big thank you to Home Appliance.
1 minute, 44 seconds to go in the third quarter. We got the Wildcats kicking off. Number 11, Jack Bates, kicking it off for the Wildcats. They catch that, they're going to start to run up the field. They get to the 30. Going to get tackled at the 35-yard line.
31, Jack Wheeler. Tackle was by Wildcats, number 8, Kickoff.
Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass over to the right corner to Austin Brawley, number 4. He's going to, looks like he's in trouble.
Jalen Slaughter's pass between to number 4, Austin Brawley.
Very, very small gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers.
Also in on the tackle, Quan Rose McKee.
Now second down for the Tigers on the 37-yard line. 1 minute, 19 seconds to go in the third quarter. Slaughter receives the snap. It's going to be handoff. Handoff to Lennox Jr. He's going to find an open space on the left side. Looks like he's going to get pushed out at the 50-yard line. Give the Tigers the first down. .58 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tigers 43, Wildcats 19. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 47-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. Can be a handoff to Lennox Jr. Run up the middle. Looks like it's going to be a very, very short gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers.
Quan Rose McKee with the tackle. Second and 9.
Now 2nd and 9 on the 46-yard line for the Tigers. 25 seconds to go in the third quarter. Slaughter receives the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Lennox Jr. Run up the middle. It's going to get tackled at the 40-yard line.
Tackled by Quan Rose McKee and Jude Kowalski.
Looks like that's going to wrap up the third quarter. Tigers 43, Wildcats 19.
We'll be right back after this word from Medicap Pharmacy.
Medicap Pharmacy on Lincoln Way West has been serving our area for over 20 years. They're your local pharmacy that cares about you and your time.
I can get them filled from 5 to 10 minutes. If I go to a chain drugstore, I may have to wait a half hour to an hour.
Probably the best pharmacist in the city.
Hi, I'm Chris Kingsbury, owner and pharmacist at Medicap Pharmacy. Stop in sometime soon and you can experience our fast and friendly service.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Medicap Pharmacy.
TV replays of tonight's game will be shown on MCTV channels 611 and 11. Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at noon.
Let's come back at the start of the fourth quarter. The Tigers have done a very, very good job, both offensively and defensively, of breaking through the Wildcats' offensive and defensive lines to just put a lot of points on the board for the Tigers. We're going to go ahead and get the fourth quarter started. Hopefully getting more points on the board for the Massillon Tigers.
Penalty markers are down.
There'll be a flag on the play.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still third down.
Now 3rd and 8 on the 45-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass here. Passes it over to the right side. Pass intended for number 4, Austin Brawley, but it's going to result in an incomplete pass for the Massillon Tigers.
Intended for Austin Brawley. Makes it 4th down.
Now going to bring us to 4th down for the Tigers. Looks like they're going to punt this one away. Number 8, Darius McElroy, punting it away for the Massillon Tigers.
Brandon Armstrong back to return.
Looks like he's going to pick that punt up. Going to go out of bounds the second he gets that ball.
Hayden Saunders return for the Wildcats.
First and 10 on the 10-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. Give me a handoff. Armstrong finding an open space on the right side. We're getting pushed out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line. He's going to bring them now to 2nd and 3 on the 17-yard line for the Wildcats. .11 minutes, 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Tigers 43, Wildcats 19. Bertha receives the snap. To be a handoff, run right up the middle. Does not look like there's going to be a gain for the Wildcats. Looks like it's getting a little heated on the field. Now 3rd and 3 on the 17-yard line for the Wildcats. 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Bertha receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass over to the right side. It's going to be a short gain for the Wildcats, but just enough to get that first down.
Massillon tackle by number 21, Jaden Welch. First down, the Wildcats.
Now 1st and 10 on the 23-yard line for the Wildcats. 10 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Bertha receives that snap. He's going to hand it off. They run up the middle. Does not look like there's going to be a gain of yards for the Wildcats on that play.
Gain of a yard. 2nd and 9.
Now 2nd down for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. We pass over to the left side. It's going to be a small gain of yards for the Wildcats on that play. Bring them now to 3rd down. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the 4th and final quarter. Bertha receives the snap. He's going to go for a very, very far pass down the field. Looks like it's going to be an incomplete pass for the Wildcats on that play. Very, very large lob down the field. Being double covered on that play. Not able to complete that pass. It's going to bring them now to 4th and 5 for the Wildcats. 9 minutes, 19 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Looks like they're going to go for this one.
We'll be right back after this word from Doring Vision Center.
Proper eye care is important. Doring Vision Center in downtown Massillon is a primary care optometry clinic. They use the latest technology and can treat most eye disease conditions. Doring Vision Center welcomes emergency eye visits, and same-day appointments may be available. Most insurances are accepted, including government plans. Don't forget their optical showroom, featuring a wide variety of frames.
From everyone at Doring Vision Center,
go Tigers!
Fresh, great-tasting pizza can be difficult to find. Your Pizza Shop, located on Massillon's west side, has been making delicious pizzas since the 1960s. Their large menu includes your favorite pizzas and toppings, along with wings, pressure-fried chicken, oven-baked subs, and more. Their convenient drive-thru window is open. Delivery service is available too. Your Pizza Shop, located on the corner of Lincoln Way West and 32nd Street Northwest in Massillon.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Doring Vision Center and Your Pizza Shop.
4th and 5, Wildcats going for it. Bertha's going to receive that snap, and the play is going to be whistled dead.
Massillon, Smith.
We'll be right back after this word from Huckel Tile.
Huckel Tile and Flooring has been providing quality product recommendations, design, and installation services to our customers for over 40 years. Visit our showroom in Navarre and let us help you choose from a wide range of all types of flooring to meet your needs and exceed your expectations. Meet our knowledgeable staff for exquisite ideas for your floors, bathroom, kitchen, shower, or backsplash. Huckel Tile and Flooring, 3 generations of our family's commitment to quality, integrity, and trust.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Huckel Tile.
Fourth and 5 on the 28-yard line. Wildcats are going to go for it. Crowd going crazy on this play. Bertha receives the snap. He's going to go for a pass. Struggling to find somebody open. Looks like they're stopped at the 30-yard line. Did not get that first down. Massillon doing a great job of stopping them right before they crossed that marker for the first down. Now Massillon's going to go ahead and take over on the 30-yard line. 9 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the fourth and final quarter. First and 10 on the 30-yard line for the Massillon Tigers.
First and 10 on the 30 for the Tigers.
Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Lennox Jr. He's going to find an open space in the middle. Gain a good amount of yards for the Massillon Tigers, just shy of that 20-yard line. Now second down for the Tigers on the 23-yard line. Slaughter receives the snap. He's going to go for a pass. Lob all the way down the field. Pass to number 18, Ardell Banks, incomplete.
Pass was incomplete. Ball intended for Ardell Banks.
Now third down for the Massillon Tigers on the 23-yard line. 8 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Slaughter receives the snap. It's going to be a handoff to Lennox Jr. It's going to be a handoff to Kevin Beasley. He's going to find an open space in the right corner. Gain a good amount of yards for the Massillon Tigers, getting tackled at the 10-yard line. Just enough to get that first down for the Tigers. Now first and 10 on the 13-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff to Kevin Beasley. Around with the middle. It's going to be a very, very short gain of yards for the Massillon Tigers.
Jack Bates with the tackle.
Going to bring us now to second down for the Massillon Tigers. 7 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Second down on the 12-yard line for the Tigers. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass on this play. Struggling to find somebody open. Slaughter's going to get sacked on that play.
Sacked by number 57, Nadir Carpenter.
Now third and 15. On the 18-yard line for the Tigers. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Slaughter receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass on this one. He passed all the way to the corner. It's going to be an incomplete pass. Pass intended for number 13, Riley Campbell. Very, very close. Ultimately resolving in an incomplete pass.
Covered by number 42, Dylan Shoemaker. Makes it fourth down, 15.
Now fourth down for the Tigers on the 18-yard line. Looks like the Tigers are going to go for this one. Slaughter receives that snap. He's going to go for a pass. The pass to number 18, Ardell Banks. It's caught. And he's going to run into for a Massillon Tiger touchdown. An amazing play by the Massillon Tigers on that one right there. It almost looked like Jalen Slaughter was going to get sacked on that play. Ardell Banks coming right through the middle, wide open, able to catch that ball and run it right in, jog it right in for a Massillon Tiger touchdown. That was a great play. And number 18, Ardell Banks, and number 2, Jalen Slaughter. And now we're going to have number 87, Nolan Hendricks, coming out for the extra point attempt for the Massillon Tigers, putting more points on the board.
Back to attempt the point after, number 87, Nolan Hendricks.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. Tigers 50, the Westerville South Wildcats 19.
We'll be right back after this word from Discount Outlet in Massillon.
Discount Outlet is bringing you the latest and greatest deals you have to see to believe.
We have huge selections at closeout prices for all of your everyday essentials, clothing, toys, home decor, and much more.
When we say tiny prices are a big deal, that means big savings on all of your favorite name brand products.
So come check us out at the original store in Massillon on 1st Street.
Discount Outlet, where tiny prices are a big deal.
Welcome back, and a big thank you to Discount Outlet in Massillon and Tower Industries.
Then we're going to have the Tigers on the kickoff, number 87, Nolan Hendricks. They're going to pick up the ball. He's going to slip.
It'll be 1st and 10, Wildcats on the 13-yard line.
First 10 on the 13-yard line. Bertha receives a snap. He's going to pass it all the way down the field. It's going to be an incomplete pass. A very, very far pass down the field. Pass intended for number 5, Jalen Wheeler, ultimately resolving in an incomplete pass for the Wildcats.
Second and 10 on the 13-yard line.
Now second down. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff and a run over to the right side. Going to get pushed out of bounds. Very, very short gain for the Wildcats on that play. 4 minutes, 55 seconds to go in the fourth and final quarter. Now third down for the Wildcats. To receive the snap is going to be passed over to the right side. Going to get tackled at the 25-yard line. Their small gain for the Wildcats.
On the tackle, number 39, Tyler Wiggins.
Just enough for the first down for the Wildcats. Now 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Gonna hand off, run over to the right side. Gonna get hit in the legs, a little flip. Another gain for the Wildcats on that play. Now second down on the 32-yard line for the Wildcats. 3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the fourth and final quarter. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a pass up the middle. It's going to be a complete pass. Another gain of yards for the Wildcats. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Tigers 50, Wildcats 19. First and 10 on the 37-yard line for the Wildcats. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff, run straight up the middle. Looks like it's going to be a small gain of yards for the Wildcats once more.
Tackle Maverick Clark and Mike Wright Jr.
Now second down on the 41-yard line for the Wildcats. 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be passed over to the right side. It's going to be a complete pass.
First pass complete to Caden Saunders.
2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Looks like the Wildcats are going to get that first down on the 47-yard line.
First and 10 on the 47.
Bertha receives a snap. He's going to go for a pass on this play. Pass right up the middle. Going to be a very, very close interception, but ultimately an incomplete pass for the Wildcats. Now 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the fourth and final quarter. Just about to wrap up this game. Now second down for the Wildcats on the 47-yard line. Looks like they're going to take the ball to the 48-yard line. 55 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Bertha receives a snap. It's going to be a handoff. Find some open space on the right side. Going to get tackled with a flag on the play.
Penalty markers are down.
During the play, illegal participation on the offense, number 55. He lost his helmet and continued to play. That's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run.
Looks like that's going to conclude today's game. Massillon Tigers now carrying on to week 3 of the playoffs. Very, very great game tonight. Massillon Tigers did a very, very great job. I'm very, very proud. As we wrap up tonight's coverage of Massillon Tiger football, we want to take time to thank the members of our WHS-TV crew. Tonight's production crew includes, on cameras, Xavier Geisinger, Willie Buchanan, and Max Wertman. Tonight's color commentator was Vanessa Gerard, and I'm Zach Hamilton, your play-by-play announcer. Also, a big thanks to our directors, Mr. Farrell and Mr. Dewalt. Once again, our final score is Massillon 50, Westerville South 19. Tonight's game is the final game that the WHS-TV crew will be rebroadcasting this season. We wish to thank all the season-long sponsors and our good friends at MCTV. Thanks for watching Massillon Tiger football all season long on WHS-TV.
This is the world today. Live your life engaged. MCTV delivers innovative technology backed by superior customer service to keep you engaged with family and friends, school, fun, and the outside world. We provide reliable internet, home cable service, phone and home security that keep your life engaged, no matter what's thrown your way. MCTV, we go the extra smile.